I've had lots of people in the comments asking me to share some actual builds that I do for clients. What is it I actually sell in my agency? What is it I actually do to have scaled to $146,000 a month? In this video, I'm going to show you 2 builds, very cool builds, and let's get into it. Now, before we do, if you're new to the channel, my name is Joel House. I built my agency to $146,000 a month, and I'm here to help you accelerate your journey in the business model that has been so good to me. So let's get into it. Now, these builds, ultimately, these run B2B content generation for clients. Now, this particular client that we built these for, they want to post to LinkedIn and they also want to post to Twitter. So what did we do? Well, we actually created a very, very simple solution here. This is going to run 3 times a day. So it's going to trigger at 9 a.m., 1 p.m., 5 p.m. It's a content scheduler module. Next, we've run a social generate module. So it's going to run some of these steps for you so you can see what's being produced. So this has been set up to run educate, and of course I've changed the prompts to keep our clients anonymity. But this is to create educational social media content that delivers immediate business value. So the goal here is to basically create content that's just, if you're familiar with like Gary Vee, this is just jab, 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 jab. This is just value-driven content. And it's designed to be long-form content. Now, this is a really important one. Never use emojis because you don't want to be using emojis. So you can see this module using GPT-4o here. Sometimes I use Claude. To be honest, if I am doing technical content, I will use Claude. I'll use Opus. It's more expensive, but it's worth it. So in this one, generate content in this module returns 3 posts with mixed platforms. So what you can see over here, this particular one, and again, I copied this out of a client's account, so I haven't rerun this yet. Yeah, you can see the content in there. So next up, we'll run the code node. So this is basically going to split the JSON into the outputs. So one of the things we had with this is pulling up content. This wasn't really flowing into the specific JSONs. So we ran a code node, created the content here, and also broke out the hashtags and the platform. Now that's important because when we come across to generate images, and we're going to run this one, this is a simple DALL-E 3 image generation platform. And the goal here is just to generate very basic images that can essentially go with a LinkedIn or Twitter style build. Now, this client's brief was to simply build content that will keep their profiles very fresh. They didn't so much care about massive growth. Massive growth is going to be in the next one I'm going to show you in a sec, which is really cool. So that's going to generate some images, and then we have a platform router. So this will fire up in a sec. If the platform is Twitter, it's true. It'll fire up here. It will then fire off to Twitter. If it's LinkedIn, then it'll fire off to LinkedIn. And this will basically just alternate the two. So really simple, but the cool thing about this is just set up, go, relatively generic content. If you want to improve this one and make it even better, what I recommend is swapping out the GPT module, swap in an Opus Claude model, module. You'll get much better results there. OpenAI image generation, DALL-E 3, as you'll see in a sec. Just waiting for this to run. It is good. It's not extraordinary. Now, what do we charge for something like this? This we don't sell as an AI service or as a N8N flow. Let me be clear on that. I do not sell this to a client and say, I'm going to build you an N8N content flow. Sometimes I'll say, I'll build you an automated content machine, and we've got 2 options. One option is $300 a month, and you'll get 3 posts a day on your B2B platforms. Really simple, low sell. Another option is for $3,000, we'll build it to you, hand it over to you, and it'll run automatically. Again, super easy. Now, if you look at these images, it's not, world changing. It is simple DALL-E 3 images, but it's enough for this purpose to just generate some images that go with your posts. Now, workflow 2. This one I like a lot. So similar variation, okay? Content scheduler. Again, this is going to run 3 times a day. Generate video content. So this, again, is saying, hey, let's actually build a video. Now, this one I actually need to restructure and reconnect because I copied it out of the client's accounts. So all the APIs are broken. But essentially, we'll generate a video prompt. We'll then phase it and prepare the content. We'll then generate a video thumbnail. So this thumbnail, we're actually using fal.ai. So if you're not familiar with fal.ai, fal.ai is a really, really cool tool because it's similar to OpenRouter in that you can pull lots of different models that aren't linked to N8N yet. So unless you are a hardcore developer, I'm just going to run this one here for you so you can see it pull through. Unless you're a hardcore developer, you won't be able to integrate VO3 into N8N yet. You need to use a third party like Fal. Same as if you want to, let's say, integrate OpenRouter and then test, Gemini and Claude and Grok and every other LLM there is out there that you may not want to sign up for. You may not want to get a paid plan with all of them. With OpenRouter, you can actually sign up to OpenRouter, put credits in there, and then pick your model from OpenRouter. So this one will actually pull through. We're using Flux here, Flux Schnell, which generates images. So if you come in here, we can go models. And Fal will actually walk you through the different options here. So this VO3, we're going to be seeing this in a sec. What you'll see, this is VO3. This is AI. Okay, it's expensive. It is not cheap. This client's going to pay $3 to $4 per video. However, to get really kick-ass caption videos, it's worth it. So first we'll capture a thumbnail. So that will generate the thumbnail. Again, you've got to integrate that. Then you'll basically go and prepare the video generation. That will then pull up I need to finish generating the thumbnail, which means I need to connect the APIs to this one, which I don't run APIs in live videos, especially if I'm clicking into links. I've had people do some funny stuff with that in the past. And then you generate the video. Then you basically process the video and then you spit it out depending on the platform. So really, really cool solution here. Now this is a higher end one. So a couple of different options here. If you're running 3 bits of content a day, okay, and you can see over here the pricing for every second of video you generated, you'll be charged 50 cents with audio off or 75 cents on. For example, a 5-second clip with audio will be $3.75. Now, most clips we generate are between 10 and 15 seconds. So it's about $15 per video. Now that may seem a lot. However, when you factor in that this is lifelike, and we can actually do some editing here. So let's go, a business person into speaking on stage, shouting. I'm not really up for prompting right now. So basically, let's just say, you know what? Let's just come up here. Let's go Claude, good old Claude. If you haven't used Whisper, use Whisper. Write me a prompt for a 5-second video to get generated on VO3. I want this prompt to be of a business person saying and telling everyone that they should get AI in their business. Cool. Now, this is just going to generate it. If you're not using Whisper, really, really cool tool. Highly, highly recommend it. When I drop this in here, we're going to get this to run. That will take a few minutes to generate. Hopefully, it'll be ready by the end of the video. So yeah, this one, you're running about $15 per video, 3 times a day, 45 times a day, $45 a day, sorry. That's $1,200 a month. Now, for that quality of content to be produced by a marketing agency, you're gonna be paying $8,000 to $10,000 a month. So you can very easily charge $4,000 a month, take an arbitrage of $2,800, and you just push play once it's built. And that's what we're doing for this client. It's simply a push play arbitrage. This is it's actually $4,500 build. And I'm also going to be using it for my own business. I'm going to be launching this for my own LinkedIn very, very soon. Hibiscus tea, as always. So that's really the two different levels. If you want a basic B2B content generation, you can run a simple framework like this. Use DALL-E 3 to generate your images, or haven't done this yet. In theory, you can also run, we want to do text to image. Yeah, we could actually use a better model for that. Haven't played with the N8N 4, but in theory, we could actually run. Let's run this. Let's see what generates. I'm just curious. Cool. So this is that video.
The funnel thing, everyone should learn happiness. The funnel thing called everyone should get AI in their business. Everyone should.
Yeah, that prompt sucked. Definitely don't do that prompt. And that's the first time I've got Claude to write a prompt for VO3. So don't do that one. But you can see, yeah, there you go. That's a much better model. I'm actually going to work that into my next flow, because that definitely, actually, you know what we're going to do? Bear with me for a sec here. We're going to take the exact prompt here. Let's take that. Let's drop that straight in here. So this is the same exact prompt that DALL-E 3 put in there. This is one of the examples that DALL-E 3 gave us. I mean, this costs like cents to generate. There you go. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to rework this entire workflow. Basically, run FAL for your image generation. I hadn't thought of that, because this actually generates text that is proper. Anyway, guys, we've actually improved these workflows on the video. How would I implement this? I'd actually run a FAL module. So in order to generate FAL, at the moment, you need to actually run a webhook and post it in. You can't actually directly integrate FAL into N8N as we speak. So I'd modify that, pull it out, drop it in, generate. That's N8N 4. I'm going to play with this. I never thought to use FAL for images. So there you go. So guys, that's where we're at. That would probably, let's see how much this charged me. So let's just see how much this charged me. That, let's just redo that. $13.92 there. Let's refresh this guy. Got $13.92 in there again. Let's drop that post in there. Let's see what this is going to cost to generate this image. I know obviously the video sucked up majority of that, and that video sucked. This got some spelling mistakes in it. I'd go back to telling it not to use. Interesting. That's negligible. I'm not going to pull up my payment data here. But yeah, negligible on the pricing. So that's two workflows. That's how I do this. That's what I recommend to do. As you can tell, am I the world's greatest N8N programmer? No, I'm not. What I'm really good at is finding business use cases for my clients and then figuring it out on the back end or hiring someone to do it. So with that said, guys, any questions, let me know. Drop them in the comments below. Happy to help in any way I can.